chapter 145, Boku no Hero Academia, Red Riot. What happened in this chapter?
Well, Kirishima basically had a existential crisis. I believe this is a flashback. Just contemplating. Wasn't he just like contemplating like what it means for him to be a hero?
Yeah, because last chapter he ran into Mina and that other character that's I think unnamed. So, and he kind of like chickened out when he could have protected some girls from his class or whatever. So he was like questioning whether he had the guts and whether he was really a man and could be a hero like he needs to be.
Whether he got the manly heart.
Yeah. You can keep going.
But
what else happened?
Thoughts?
All right, Andre. Overall thoughts on the chapter.
Chapter was really great. Was really great. It's kind of like this is the first time hirokoshi has done a flashback in 2 chapters. Usually he does like origin chapters that are like just 1 chapters. And building off last week's chapter, he handled this book very well. I was kind of like wondering if he was going to go into the generic route of things. In a situation like this, you usually have the character after the flashback like kind of overcome this during the moment, and then Kirishima, like in a situation where it's generic, Kirishima would have defeated the villains, but it wasn't Kirishima that defeated the villains. It was still background. But the flashback overall, you have Kirishima, like kind of how I like. My thing is with Crimson Riot. It seems like he's a dead hero from the way they talk about him. It seems like he's a guy that, could it kind of say he's a guy that always jumps into things and he's kind of reckless. And the way they always talk about him is like in the past tense. So I'm starting to think that maybe he died because we haven't seen him in.
You don't think he just retired or anything?
Nah, I just think that's probably
he might be dead.
It sounds like he's dead the way they were talking about it. I remember Midnight. She even she kind of referred to him in the past tense. But the way Kirishima overcame that, he got that speech from like a hologram that he bought when maybe he was like a child from Crimson Riot, and he kind of like stuck to that, like a man is someone that kind of like basically fear is it's okay to be fair. If you're not fair, then you're just an idiot or you're just crazy. Fear is a normal thing to feel, but it's what you do with that fear and how you overcome that. And Kirishima takes that kind of like that speech and then channels it into like training, trying to just working on himself and then dying this year eventually. Then eventually you see that he makes that promise with Mina or Ashita, say, I'm going to from now on be a hero that's going to never back down. I'm never going to revert to my old self. And that's kind of like Kirishima's point of it. And like I said, the generic, Hirokoshi didn't do it in a generic way where he had Kirishima defeat the villains. It was still Fat Gum that did it, but the flashback itself was just Kirishima, understanding that he can't revert back to himself. And what he's done in this whole situation is just stuck to that speech that Crimson Red gave him.
Yeah. Why do you think he said now to have like the Kirishima flashback? Since Kirishima's like on a mission and it's opportunity, or
I think
Hirokoshi. You think in the series?
I think Hirokoshi is just he's gradually giving characters their time to shine, and I think due to the last popularity poll, Kirishima kind of listed pretty high. So I guess he was like, fans probably want to see more Kirishima, given the fact how high he was, despite his lack of appearances or moment in the actual series itself. And plus, he has a good design. I think he's shown potential. I still don't see the potential, but I think there is potential. I think it's kind of hard with Kirishima because, he has a great personality. I think he has the makers of being a hero. It's just quirk-wise, I just don't see it still. I still don't see him being top hero quality, especially regarding his other classmates or his contemporaries.
Yeah. His attitude is I guess, closer, like I said, to a attitude. And now he has like this backstory that's similar to Deku's, where he had like his own version of All Might that kind of gave him his motivation to be who he is now. It just surprised me if they're like in this moment when they're fighting Overhaul, like the Kirishima focus. But that was a lot of people's criticism of Boku no Hero, that like they want to see more and more of the minor characters. So maybe Hirokoshi's trying to fit that in now.
I mean, but that criticism to me was just always a little bit too early to have. Like, this manga is still relatively young, and you know, not every character is going to get. You know, it takes time to give these characters the proper shine and proper character development, characterization. And he's coming around with Kirishima pretty well. He's handling it pretty well. He's taking his time with it, and I think he is doing it in a way that a lot of fans of Kirishima will probably care, and people who weren't fans of it probably start to caring. So I think he's doing a good job with this whole ordeal with Kirishima itself.
Yeah, and it was. I was glad that he added Mina, because like Mina's like way more underdeveloped than Kirishima so far. So it was a good way to like kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Where now like they both have like this kind of relationship that he could build upon later on, or whatever. And we see a part of her personality, or like her from a perspective that we didn't see before, where Kirishima sort of like admired her and like respected her attitude as a hero. And I didn't see that dynamic at all between them before, because I don't remember how much they interacted, but I don't think they interacted much so far. So now he could use that in the future.
Yeah, because she usually is like interacting with like Kaminari. She doesn't have that much. I think she doesn't have any interactions with Kirishima that I can think of. And also when you look at Mina now, you can see like she always had that spunk about her and stuff. So it's good to see like that was always her. Like she always had that spunk about her back then.
Yeah, if anything, it rubbed off on Kirishima. The opposite character. OJ.
I thought the chapter was actually really good. Like Andre, I'm not the biggest Kirishima fan.
Really? A bunch of Kirishima haters?
Nah, man. Nah, listen. Hey, man. I like Kirishima's character. When he first showed his unbreakable form, I thought that was pretty cool. The reason why I guess I don't really like Kirishima, just to deviate a little bit, as much as other people, is because mainly just because of his quirk. And I guess when it comes to Kirishima, until this chapter, there really wasn't much that I could take from him that I thought was great. Like, this is why I said that it's good that Hirokoshi is focusing more on the minor characters that we wouldn't really give a shit about beforehand. But getting back to the chapter, I thought it was again good. Talking about how his mindset of being a hero and what that means and being manly and stuff. The whole how being manly is genderless, and what was riotized, how you could be brave and face your fears, and that's what it means to be like a hero. It kind of reminded me of not too much, but to a degree, of when Midoriya was, when he was starting up, how he basically was scared of like all that was going around him, like with the villains that attacked Bakugo. But yeah, he still went in and tried to save him anyways, because that's what a hero does. They go into danger not knowing what's gonna happen, but they'll still do it anyways because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like it, and I also do like.
There's definitely a parallel between like Crimson Riot and the All Might, I guess, in the roles they played.
Yeah. And like and I also like how Horikoshi didn't end it with some I won't say BS, but just some power up or some new power that we'd never seen before. I like how he didn't do that. He just stuck with the idea that because of how Kirishima acted and how what distraction that he gave, it gave Fat Gum enough time to deal a pretty decisive blow on one of his opponents. So he helped in a way, but it wasn't something that was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna overpower my opponents. Like, nah, like he's gonna do what he can to the best of his ability.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
good
do
shit.
you think, Lucy?
Oh boy,
Overall,
it was a good chapter. That's all my thoughts.
are you a fan of Kirishima?
I mean, I found like the relationship, like the short bit of relationship between him and
Mina?
yeah, I thought that was super duper cute near the end. I liked how it just kind of like provided a reason for like I found it cute how like he spiked up his hair in order to be like his idol.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
cute. It was cute. But it was a good chapter. Good for backstory and such.
Alright. What would you rate this out of 10? Who was the MVP and what do you want to see next week?
Ooh. You asking
Yes.
me?
Andre.
Oh man, chapter rating, I'll probably give this like a 8.5. Yeah, I'll go with 8.5. Favorite panel. I really like that panel when she's like has like the like she's looking up in the sky thinking it's like a meme. If not that, probably just the last panel itself. Next week, I kind of just want to. Unfortunately, I'm kind of just over the whole Kirishima thing now. Like I want to just see, I want to kind of go into her like Mario,
Yeah,
what he's
I'm
doing
really waiting for Mirio too.
because he's by himself.
You think he's gonna get this kind of treatment where we're gonna see like Mirio flashbacks and it's gonna be a couple chapters just focused on him?
No, if we do get a flashback, I would rather the flashback be something where as though he's like being informed that he's like kind of he's starting to be like he's being considered the successor of All Might. I want to see his reaction. If we do get a flashback, I want to at least see him be informed that they're considering him. But I would love to just see him in a dire situation. Like, because to me, if there's anyone that's going to die, I would prefer it to be him. Not prefer, but I would say it would be him.
The best candidate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we already saw a little bit of a Mirio flashback with Sunyu.
Yeah.
Right? So you would, like I would want to see the flashback of him reaction to like being chosen to be the successor too. Like you haven't seen much of how he felt about that. But OJ, what would you rate it? Who's the MVP? What was your favorite panel? And what do you want to see next week?
I guess I would rate it. I was thinking about like an 8 out of 10. What I want to see next week, I kind of want to see a little bit more of overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Overhaul, I can't speak. But the main reason why is because I feel like, I just want to see what he's doing right now. I want to see if like Mirio ever caught up to him, and I guess like Andre said, it would be interesting to see what happens to Mirio by the end of this arc. I think that'd be a good thing to take note of. And the MVP, I guess I'd have to give it to Kirishima because it's it was his flashback and all. It's either him or Mina because I like Mina's character actually a lot. So
Really? What about you, Lisa?
It's Boku no Hero, so 10 out of 10, obviously.
Okay.
Facts.
as it should be.
MVP probably.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Mila? Yeah, Mina. Just because I feel like she was the one who somewhat inspired him to like go ahead and improve himself. Pretty cool. And I don't know what to expect from next week. I'm just gonna leave it out in the open.
Okay. All right. Well, that was a chapter for this week. I feel like we're done with the build up to the finale, getting close to the finale. It's pretty much an overhaul left, right? So We'll see what happens with that. A lot of questions being answered. Hopefully next week. Sign out for us.
Okay. Make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. We put out reviews. Thank you for stopping by.